So I would just like to highlight a couple of things about today's presentation. The topic for today is mastering the art of presentations. Presentations can be done in multiple manners. अलग अलग तरीके से किए जा सकते हैं, कई जगह पे किए जा सकते हैं, कॉर्पोरेट्स में किए जा सकते हैं, पर्सनल लेवल पे भी किए जा सकते हैं. So how do we ensure that how do we ensure that we have mastered the art of presentation? So the most important point is that when we are presenting ourselves, we are presenting a brand. We are presenting ourselves as a brand or our company as a brand. So how do we ensure that we can present ourselves in the most effective manner? And it is often said that good presentations make powerful leaders. So if your presentation is good, if you make a very good and an effective presentation, it is one of the very powerful tools to become a leader. So let's wait till all other people join in. So once again, Jai Jinendra to all participants who just joined in right now. We are waiting for a couple of more people to join in. So after that, we will begin our session. कुछ लोग अब तक ज्वाइन नहीं हो पाए हैं किसी कारण से, टेक्निकल इश्यूज के कारण. वी आर वेटिंग फॉर देम टू ज्वाइन इन. एक बार वो ज्वाइन हो जाए, उसके बाद वी विल स्टार्ट द सेमिनार.
काय करू ना कालचं काल तुझी
Can start now. Slowly.
Surely. So once again, Jai Jinendra to all participants. It is a wonderful initiative of JBO to organize a seminar on this topic. So as I'd mentioned earlier also to the ones who had joined earlier is that presentation skills play an extremely important role when it comes to presenting yourself as a brand uh, and presenting yourself as a particular company or presenting yourself as a particular individual or a professional. So in such cases, how do we master the art of presentations? That is the most important point which I would like to highlight. So this is how our format is going to be for today. I will just share my screen with everyone. Yes. So I would request everyone to
Vivek,
use. Yes.
one second, one second. There is one member whose ID is Vivo1723. I
Okay.
request him to be in proper attire.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Or Vivek, you can either start his video also.
Sure. Sure. I will pause the video.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So as we talk about presentations, what exactly would mean an effective presentation, or how can we master the art of presentation? So as I always say that good presentations make powerful leaders. Now this may sound very far reaching and really high impacting, but that is actually the fact. हम हमारे स्किल्स को किस तरह से डेवलप कर सके एंड और अभी इस समय को हम किस तरह से इस्तेमाल कर सके, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन टू ईच एंड एवरीवन ओवर हियर टुडे. And I would encourage everyone to use the chat box feature as much as possible. So please, whenever a question is asked, please use the chat box feature to respond. So with this, we begin our session for today. So what really makes a presentation high impact? So I want to ask everyone over here to answer in their own opinion. What do you think makes a high impact presentation according to you? Please use the chat box feature. Okay, so we've started getting answers. Good use of graphics, confidence, eyes, interact with the audience. Okay, information should be clear. Yes, clarity of information is extremely important. Subject knowledge, yes, it is extremely important to have knowledge about the subject that you're going to present about. Grip on language, command on language, yes, Vipin bhai, yes, I agree to your point. Smile, certainly. Of course, it depends on the topic also. So if it's a very serious topic, I think you cannot have a big smile on your face. But yes, a point well taken, point well noted. And yes, most importantly, it has to be interactive and engaging, as Parag bhai has mentioned over here. So thank you very much for the interaction till now. So yes, these are some of the points which we have to take care. Statistics, yes, statistics. Of course, so if you're talking about statistics, then probably if it is financial information, then yes, facts and figures have to be correct. And most importantly, also ensure that the facts and figures that you give are not fake. It has to be accurate, and you should have a reliable source which can say that this is accurate. Preparation is also a very important point. So what I would suggest is to everyone who is responding, please respond to everyone in the meeting rather than sending any chat, rather than sending any of the uh, comments to me in my private chat. I would request everyone to comment directly to everyone. Yes, so let us begin with that. Let us begin with that. So what really makes the presentation high impact? Yes, all of the things that we have just read in the chat box over here, they do make things, they do really make a presentation high impact. But these are some of the things which I'm going to highlight right now, which will play a very important role to ensure that your presentation is effective. So first and foremost, colors. Colors play an extremely important role as far as any presentation is concerned. So what are the different types of colors that you should use? What colors should you use in what kind of a scenario? So that will help you to determine the right choice of colors. For example, certain brands have set colors that the font the font size cannot be smaller than a particular point. The font cannot be some other font. It has to be a specific font. Certain colors cannot be used. Certain colors can only be used. So there are multiple things which various brands have. So that we're going to discuss in our brand style guides, as you see on the screen on your right. So first and foremost, when we come to colors, I'm going to explain a little bit of science behind the colors. That what is it that makes your presentation impactful? So if you see a lot of presentations, at least in the corporate world, are in blue color. Now, what is the logic for that? The logic for that is that blue eases out the presenter. So it helps the presenter ease out a little bit. So most of the default templates that you see in Microsoft PowerPoint will be in blue. Most of the presentations that you will see will also be in blue. And ironically, blue is the color which is used maximum in all types of presentations. So now if you look at the science behind the color blue, that exactly is the science of the presenter feeling a little comfortable in the in his presentation. Sorry for the glitch. There are certain people who are just joining. Let me admit all of them. Yes. Now, when it comes to green stimulates interaction and it puts the viewers at ease. So maybe that is one of the reasons why I have used green today. Maybe that's because I want all of us to interact rather than it being a monologue or a one-way communication. I want all of us to interact over here and it puts the viewers at ease. So the viewers feel comfortable looking at the color green when you think about a presentation from the viewer's perspective. Now, red conveys passion. So if you are passionate about an idea, if you're passionate about a particular product or a particular plan or a strategy, you can use the color red because it conveys your passion for a particular idea. But red must be handled with a lot of care. For example, if you're making any financial statements and if you use a lot of red, in that case, it would give a wrong signal to the one who's the recipient of your presentation or your audience. So you can use red, but use it very carefully. Please do not use red when it comes to financial information. But yes, definitely, if it is a startup or if it is a pitch for raising money or something, you can use the color red. Now, coming to the color purple, purple is a very strong color. It has an emotional and a spiritual appeal. So if your entire presentation, for example, if your entire presentation till now is in red because it conveys passion, probably the slide where you're asking for money for someone to invest in your startup or your business or your venture, you could probably use a little lighter color, which is purple, which has an emotional and a spiritual appeal. So you could say that I really need $1 million from you for a 10% stake that I want to dilute in my company. So, and if it is purple, it will really, uh, it will be received very well by the opposite person. Now, coming to the colors yellow and orange, these two colors are generally used for getting a lot of attention and for exercising authority. So if you want to make a point, you could definitely use yellow and orange. And if you want to also, if you are confident about what you are presenting, you can definitely use the colors yellow and orange. And coming to the most subtle color, black. So black is to display any kind of finality that you want to in your presentation. So black could be a very good color if you want to use at the end of your presentation. And it is also used to convey a very important point. So if you want to make a point that this is a strategy and this is how we're going to go ahead with the company or with the product or with the service, then you can use the color black. Black is a very powerful color and it is used to convey an important point. Now, going forward, I'm going to show an example of what a brand style guide looks like. So as I said, various brands have multiple brand standards. So this is just an example of one such brand. So creating a brand style guide is the first step to branding. So any kind of branding that you want to do, the very first step that you must actually get into is to have a brand style guide. In what way should you have your brand? In what way are you supposed to project your brand? What are the fonts that must be used in your brand? What are the colors that must be used in your brand? So I'll just show an example of one such brand style guide for the benefit of all the viewers over here today. So this is one such brand, and
Blue ma white, green ma white.
so I would request everyone to mute themselves. So these are the So what you see over here on the screen right now is the font, how the font looks, which font has to be used in your logo, in your stationery, in your office marketing material. So this decides how a particular brand is supposed to be positioned. These are just some other examples of how a brand style guide would look like. Now moving forward, apart from the colors, now what is really very important in any presentation is the content, you know. So if your content is good, अगर आप जो information देना चाहते हो वो information बराबर है, आप जो चीजें उसमें डालना चाहते हो वो जो material है जो आप presentation में देना चाहते हो, that has to be very crisp, that has to be very clear, and that has to be conveyed extremely in a simple language. So again, I would request participants to mute. Just a minute, I'll just mute all. Yes. So what you speak in your presentation is more important than what you type. So yes, I have muted all. I have muted all. Thank you. So what you speak in a presentation is more important than what you type or what you display on your screen. So try and have a presentation in which you speak more and you put as less information as possible on your slide. So now as far as content is concerned, I'm going to explain to you how content is really important and how we can ensure that good content goes out in the right manner. So first and foremost, you need to use a tool which increases your ability to speak and explain. So use a tool which increases your ability to speak and explain. The tool that you see on your screen right now, that's not a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. It is a Prezi presentation, Prezi. Now, Prezi is a software which is used for making presentations. All these years, right from the 1980s till date, right from the 1990s till date, whenever presentations were made, it was always on Microsoft PowerPoint. There was no other format in which presentations were made. Microsoft PowerPoint became so synonymous with making presentations that everyone thought that presentations can only be made on Microsoft PowerPoint. So today I'm going to explain to you and show a particular tool which is called as Prezi, which is Prezi, Prezi.com. Prezi is a tool which is a web-based tool, browser-based tool, and which runs on Java. It has very good animations. So अब तक आपने जो अपने screen पे देखा होगा, that is not something that you would get to see normally in your Microsoft PowerPoint presentations. The kind of animations that you see, the ease of working in Microsoft Prezi is much easier as far as user interface is concerned, and as far and when you compare it with Microsoft PowerPoint. So use a tool which increases your ability to speak and explain. And one such tool is Microsoft Prezi. Make very short points, make crisp points, make short points, and make points just as bullet points. Do not write long paragraphs in any form of a presentation. It does not matter what product, service, or a person you're trying to market, but use short points or bullet points, and ensure that you do not clutter your screen with too much information. As I said, the purpose of any presentation is for you to speak, not just to present. So the purpose of any presentation is that you have to be driving the presentation and not the other way around, that you are reading what is written on your slides. So ensure it is factually correct. I think this is a very important point. Nowadays, there is a lot of fake news, irresponsible media reporting which keeps on happening. So ensure that the data that you put in any presentation of yours is factually correct. It has to be eye-catching. What I mean by eye-catching is that it has to be your content has to be something which will draw the attention of your audience. For example, animations can help you to make eye-catching content. For example, I will just scroll back a couple of screens so that I can explain the point that I'm trying to make. अब आप ये देखिए अपने स्क्रीन पे, आप सेकंड पॉइंट पे हो, सेकंड पॉइंट से आप थर्ड पॉइंट पे यू विल जंप एंड गो, फ्रॉम द थर्ड पॉइंट यू विल जंप एंड गो टू द फोर्थ पॉइंट, and from the fourth point you will go back to the fifth point. Now this is what I mean by eye catching. So eye catching means that you have to draw the attention of your audience. And how can you draw the attention of your audience? As I said, animation is one such technique by which you can draw the attention, and it is not very difficult. The good part about it is that it is not very difficult to make such good eye-catching content on Prezi. हाँ, अगर आप Microsoft PowerPoint अगर यूज करते हो थे तो उसमें ये टाइप का कंटेंट बनाना बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट था. लेट मी एडमिट इट, बहुत डिफिकल्ट था. यू हैड टू बी a very good software engineer or a designing engineer to make such kind of content. But अगर आप Prezi में बनाते हो तो it is very easy. With a few clicks here and there you will be able to make this kind of content. मैं सिर्फ आज ये बोल नहीं रहा हूँ कि Prezi easy है एक सॉफ्टवेयर टूल की तरह. I will also show how we can make good content in Prezi. मैं ये चीज आपको यहाँ पे आप सबके सामने प्रेजेंट करके दिखाऊंगा कि Prezi में किस तरह से कंटेंट बनाया जाता है. Now coming to the font and size. So as a thumb rule, the font size has to be somewhere approximately 35 to 40 points if you're using the traditional Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint. Depending on different types of softwares that you use, it could change. But you can generally use 35 to 40 points is what people are generally comfortable with. So the font size has to be relatively large. The font, so do not use a font which does not look professional. मैं आपको ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप ऐसा फॉन्ट इस्तेमाल कीजिए जो काफी प्रोफेशनल लगे. And one such professional font is Times New Roman. If you use Times New Roman, most of the corporate presentations are made using a font called as Times New Roman. कई बार Microsoft PowerPoint में ये default font भी होता है. So make sure that your font is Times New Roman. Now moving forward, how can we make our presentation engaging? So before that, I'm going to launch a poll over here. So I'm going to launch a poll over here, and everyone please participate whether you have heard about Microsoft Prezi before this or not. So around 22 people have responded. I'm waiting for all others to respond. And meanwhile, I will also add people who are there in the waiting room. So the ones who've not voted as yet, I would request you all to vote. And all right. So we end up poll over here, and around 70% of us have answered this poll. And out of the 70% who answered, 93% of the people have not heard about Prezi. So most of the people present over here right now have not heard about Prezi, and believe me, it is such an important tool, and it is such a wonderful tool that you will really enjoy making your presentations in future over here. So one of our participants over here has mentioned that audio is not proper. So if everyone can hear me properly, please type yes in the chat box. All right, thank you very much. I've understood. Okay, so I think there must be an internet connection problem at the end of the other person. Yes. So moving forward, what really makes your presentation high impact? It is engagement. How do you ensure that people engage themselves in your presentation? How can you make it engaging for them? So do not use only text. Try and use a lot of high quality images. Try and add a lot of graphics. And as far as high quality images are concerned, if you want to note it down, you can note it down. And of course, at the end, I will also there is a screen on the last slide. You will be able to take a picture of it. For using high quality images, I would highly recommend a website called as pexels.com, which is www.pexels.com. I repeat, that is pexels.com, pexels.com. Add a lot of graphics and charts which make it interactive, which make it simpler for the audience to understand. And finally, I would say you can always have and embed videos from YouTube directly into your presentation. And this is one such example. What you see on the screen is a YouTube video which I have added over here. Since it's a heavy video, it's just taking some time to load. Okay, so we'll stop this video over here and we go back to our presentation. So till now, I am sure people would have liked that this is a good way to present. So now let us understand that how can we actually present? Is Prezi that easy or difficult for a person to present on or to make a presentation? So I'm going to get into the back end of this. I will just go out. I'll click on edit over here on my screen. So at times it takes a while to load depending on the internet connectivity. Yes, so now that it is loaded. तो ये आपका स्क्रीन है. This is your screen and this is the back end of the presentation. अब तक आप जो देख रहे थे, that was the front end, that was in the presenter mode. Now what I'm going to show you right now is in the back end, how to make a presentation like this. So जैसे कि मैंने आपको कहा, Prezi is a very easy and simple to use software, much easier than Microsoft PowerPoint. अगर आप ये चीज Microsoft PowerPoint में करने जाओगे तो it will take you hours and hours and hours and you may still not get the kind of result that you want. But if you try to do this in Prezi, which is a new software, prezi.com, it is fairly easier and it is much more interactive. So this is the main screen over here. This is the main screen. आपको यहाँ पे सिर्फ और some and now let us assume that we want to add more points over here. So just click on one single button. ये ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पे पॉइंट यहाँ पे आ गया. आप यहाँ पे अपना कोई भी डेटा डाल सकते हो. For example, demo slides. Now, when you further double click into demo slides, at that time it takes you inside, and then you can add more topics. आप यहाँ पे जाइए, सब टॉपिक है, सब टॉपिक पे आप स्टैक पे क्लिक कीजिए, and you can have as many as you want to. So you can have multiple number of, what you see right now on your screen is you can have multiple number of subtopics inside a particular topic. And और अगर आपने ध्यान दिया हो तो I'm just clicking one button each to add slides over here. I'm not adding anything for the animation, for the transition, for changing the slides, nothing. It is that easy. So अगर यहाँ पे मैं पूरा डेटा डाल देता हूँ और स्लाइड्स डाल देता हूँ तो उसका एनिमेशन उसके बाद कैसे होगा वो आप देखिए. So I'm on the sub slide on the subtopic. Now this is how is the presentation. I click further and get out of that topic, and now I click again and I enter another topic. I'm out of the topic, I enter another topic, and again I'm out of the topic. So this feature of zooming in and zooming out is very easily available in Prezi. And as you saw, I have not done anything to add the animations over here. So, and Prezi is a software which uses artificial intelligence to ensure that you can concentrate on your content and not on the animations. So I'll just delete it from here. And now let's go back to our topic where we were, and here is the point about engagement. Now, what you see on a screen right now is that I had embedded a video from YouTube over here. Now, to add a video directly from YouTube is also just two buttons that you have to click. You click on insert at the top of your screen, and then you go on video. You click on video over here. It takes you over here. Just copy the link from YouTube. Simply copy the link from YouTube and the video gets embedded over here. Of course, the animation also gets embedded automatically. That is needless to say. So this is how easy Microsoft Prezi is in comparison to Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm not saying these animations are not possible in PowerPoint. Yes, they are possible, but you have to be an expert at Microsoft PowerPoint to be able to create such high impact presentations in PowerPoint. Now we continue with our presentation again. We were on this slide. Is that how do you keep your audience engaged? And as I said, there are multiple ways by which you can keep your audience engaged. First is you can use high quality images after every couple of slides. You can embed a video after a couple of slides. You can add charts and graphs if you're giving any financial data which can be presented in a form of a chart or a graph. Now we go to the point of slide transitions. Now, slide transitions can be used as an effective tool to make your presentation look very dynamic. What you're seeing on your screen right now is exactly what is called a slide transition or animation. To do this, I will, yes, so this is how it is. So you can zoom in and zoom out to draw the attention. So let's say you are in the middle of a presentation and now you really want people to grab their attention and take them to a particular point. So you zoom in like this. So you can highlight a point, you can highlight an area on your screen. So even if you have a very large amount of data that you want to put on your screen, but you want to highlight only on certain points, probably something that's there in the left, something that's at the bottom, that's something that's at the top, you can highlight over there. And this is an example of how you can highlight. So this is a sample zooming in and a sample zooming out. I'll show it again. You zoom in and now again you zoom out. Whenever you're adding pictures to these kind of presentations, ensure that the picture is of high quality again, because if it is not, then in that case, the picture will stretch, or the picture will pixelate, is what the technical term is. And whenever you make a presentation, make sure that the zooming in and the zooming out feature is tried and tested much before giving the presentation. Otherwise, you might be in for a surprise if the zooming in and zooming out doesn't work properly. So my next question to everyone is, please make use of the chat box again, is that have you ever heard of something called as a mobile friendly presentation? Have you heard what is a mobile friendly presentation? Yes or no? So some have answered yes, some have answered no. All right, so I'm going to explain to you what is a mobile friendly presentation. So as you know, most of the presentations today are being consumed or are being viewed on a mobile phone. Gone are those days when you would prepare a presentation and then you would send it to your person by email. The person would open the email on a laptop or a computer, and then they would check it on the screen. Now, gone are those days. Now, things are moving so quickly that people would send presentations on WhatsApp, people would send presentations on any other messaging app, and people would not even be in the comfort of the offices. They would probably be traveling, they would be driving, and they're looking at a presentation. So, in such cases, have we ensured that our presentations are in a format which is in a mobile friendly format? So mobile friendly presentations are exactly a solution to this. So you have to be where your audience is. So your presentation has to be where your audience is, and mobile friendly presentations can exactly do that for you. Now these mobile friendly presentations are not made on Prezi. So we are moving away from the topic of Prezi, which was one part of the presentation for today. Now we are going to something which is apart from Prezi. So mobile friendly presentations, you can grab quick attention of your audience. You know, they will be surprised, they will be pleasantly surprised if your presentation is mobile friendly. And yes, I must admit that, you know, it's an innovative way to interact with people, and not many people have used it till now. So if you could use it, you could definitely have a good lasting impression on your audience. So it gives a very good first impression, because as I said, if you send a mobile friendly presentation to your audience, and if they've not seen a mobile friendly presentation before, they will be pleasantly surprised that how come the presentation is in such a good format, where they don't have to pinch in or pinch out, which is, you know, you zoom like this on your phones, so you don't have to pinch in and pinch out. And finally, you could make any kind of a presentation in a mobile friendly format. It could be a profile, it could be a pitch, it could be a proposal, it could even be your firm capability statement, or it could even be what are your products, your brochures, or anything. So now we've understood what is a mobile friendly presentation, but how do we do it? Now let's get to that. So this is a way by which we can make a mobile friendly presentation. So this is a format of how a mobile friendly presentation looks. Now, if you look at it, your phone is exactly placed in this manner. Look at this. So your phone is like this, and what you see on your screens right now, the orientation of the presentation is also exactly in that manner. So you could make anything like this. So now the next question is that how do we make these kind of presentations? How do we really make these kind of presentations? So this is not a PPT presentation. This is in the format of a PDF. So how do we make these kind of presentations? There's a beautiful website called as canva.com, canva.com. After going on canva.com, you have to click over here on mobile first presentations. Oh, it's already there. So I'll click on mobile first presentations. Now, what you see on your screen right now are hundreds and thousands of such templates, which you will be able to use for making your next mobile friendly presentation. So I will just take any one. I'll take the very first one only to show how to make a mobile friendly presentation. So this is how it is done, and you have multiple slides over here which you can keep on adding. So for example, the first one was there. I want the third one. I will click on new page. I want to give a product or a service. I will add another page. I will give the birth of my company. I will add another page. I will say what is the size of the market. I will add another page. What is my target audience or the target market? What is the timing? And so on and so forth. What is my team? And finally, how can people contact us? So what you see is the entire format for making a 9-page presentation, which is mobile friendly, can be done in less than 5 minutes. So your entire designing is ready, your entire layout is ready, the format is ready, everything is ready. You just have to change this data over here, add your own data, and there you go, it will be ready. Once it is done, you click on download and you click on all pages and your presentation will be ready. So this is how a mobile friendly presentation can be made, and believe me, it is a very, very, very effective tool and a very innovative tool, because not many people are using this, and people will be pleasantly surprised if they see a presentation in this format. So my next question, again, please make use of the chat box. Would you try making your next presentation as a mobile friendly presentation? Would you try? Fantastic, fantastic. I'm so glad that we have people from all different age groups over here, but everyone is open to taking up new suggestions, and most of the people who are over here are adaptive to new changes. And it is really it is a very good feeling to see that everyone is willing to accept new thoughts and new ideas. Fantastic, fantastic. So now, so I have explained what are high impact presentations and what are mobile friendly presentations. Now I'm going to go back to another topic of can we use Microsoft PPT in Prezi? You know, a lot of people say कि हमारे presentation already बन चुके हैं. A lot of people say that my presentations are already ready. Will I have to make all of them all over again? मतलब वो तो बहुत ज़्यादा काम हो जाएगा. So the answer to that is no, it is not very difficult. Can you use your PPTs in Prezi? The answer to that is yes. You can use your PPTs in Prezi. Now there is a little bit of technical explanation that I would like to give behind this is you can import all your PPT presentations of Microsoft PowerPoint presentations directly into Prezi. Now how that is done is, again, you click on a button over here, which is insert. You go on your PowerPoint, what you see on the screen over here. Click on PowerPoint, upload a file. I already have some files ready, so I'll just quickly go over there and add those files. This is sample one. Now this will take time to load. It takes a while till all your slides are loaded over here. But once it is loaded, you will be able to see all your slides over here in this screen on the right side of your screen. And with a single button, you will be able to import all your slides into Prezi. Now, the benefit of doing this is that you save a lot of time and energy of converting your existing PPTs. अगर आप कोई नया presentation बना रहे हो, if you're making a new presentation, you may start from scratch. But if you've already made existing presentations, but you still want to use the benefits of Prezi, what would you do? So a lot of people ask me that if we can convert a PPT into Prezi, can we convert a Prezi into PPT? So the answer to that is no. The answer to that is no, does not happen that way, is because when we are importing a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation into Prezi, we are not importing the software PPT. What Prezi does in the backend is it converts your Microsoft PowerPoint presentations into images, and then it imports that image. So what you see is I already have 3 slides. and I want to add slide number 2, I want to add slide number 4, I want to add slide number 7, and I want to add slide number 11. So I have selected whichever slides I wanted. I don't want all the slides. So whichever slides I wanted, I've just selected those slides and I will click on insert. Now with a click of one button, all of these slides will automatically will be displayed over here. So I can arrange them. I can rearrange the slides the way I want and however I want. So Kaushal Bhai is asking that are the PPT graphs also imported into Prezi? No, so no animation or no graph gets imported into Prezi. No slide transitions of PPT will get imported into Prezi. But if you have a graph or an embed, or if you have embedded something called as a smart art, which is graphics of Microsoft PowerPoint, yes, those will get imported over here. So what you saw is I've just clicked on these three. I've just imported these 3 slides, and automatically the slide transitions and everything Prezi will do by way of using its artificial intelligence. So we're on screen number 1. This is 2. This is your 3rd slide. This is your 4th. This is your 5th, and this is your 6th slide. Of course, it got a little jumbled up over here, but so yeah, sorry. So you see, the entire slide transition was done automatically. We didn't have to do anything. So my suggestion and my request to everyone is that if you already have PPTs ready, stop using Microsoft PowerPoint and convert to Prezi. Convert all your PPTs into Prezi, keep them ready, and make your next presentation in Prezi. So moving forward, we come to this point is that what is better? Is PPT better or is Prezi better? So in your opinion, again, I want all of us to make use of the chat box. Which software do you think is better? As far as animations are concerned, as far as slide transitions are concerned, as far as ease of making a presentation is concerned. I just showed you how you can make a presentation over here as well. So most of the answers that we've got right now are Prezi. People are comfortable. People feel Prezi is a better software. I too agree with your opinion. Since the last couple of years, I've stopped using Microsoft PowerPoint until and unless it is absolutely necessary to use Microsoft PowerPoint. So there are some drawbacks to Prezi as well. So let's understand what works and how. So Prezi is a web-based software. So Prezi is a web-based software, and in order to use a web-based software, you have to have an active internet connection. So if your internet connection is not active, you will not be able to use Microsoft Prezi. You will not be able to use Prezi. However, Microsoft PowerPoint can be used even offline. So the most important point is that for any web-based software, you need to have an active internet connection while you're presenting. Now, if you're presenting at a place where there is no where there is very less coverage of internet, please do not use Prezi. Rather stick to the old and the traditional method, which is Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, Prezi is a very dynamic software. It engages the mind of the audience. It has a very simple user interface. I've shown how we can use Prezi, and I've shown how simple it is to add videos. How can we convert a particular presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, into a Prezi. I've also shown how we can embed videos. I've also shown how we can add transitions, animations, zooming in, zooming out. So all of these things put together as a package, it engages the mind of your audience. If your audience is engaged with what you are doing, you will get much better results in your presentation as compared to a Microsoft PowerPoint. It has a simple user interface that has been explained, and it gives you stunning results. Like imagine with just a few clicks here and there, you will be able to make a beautiful design and a beautiful presentation with as simple as uh, clicking and adding content. It is a cloud-based software. As I said, for any cloud-based software, internet is mandatory. The good part is that you can also give remote presentations using using Prezi, which was earlier not possible in Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can give a remote presentation which eliminates your need to travel to a particular place to give a presentation. So if you can see on the screen right now, at the top right corner, you have something called as Live Prezi over here. So you can give a live Prezi to any audience anywhere in the world, sitting in the comfort of your home or your office. Any type of device can access it. So whether you have whether you have an iPhone or an iPad or an Android device or a computer, you have Chrome, you have iOS or any or a Safari browser, it does not matter. So a Prezi can work seamlessly on any browser. The only requirement is that there has to be a browser. Now by browser, I mean something called as a Google Chrome or a Safari. So if as long as you have a browser, you will be able to view a Prezi. And it is a very good collaboration tool. So, when I mean by collaboration tool, if there are 4 people, let me explain by giving an example. Now, what you see on the main screen over here is you can see 5 major topics on your screen. You can see 5 major topics on your screen right now, which are high impact presentations using PPTs in Prezi, mobile friendly presentations, PPT versus Prezi, and resources. So these are 5 major topics of a presentation. And now let's assume that you are supposed to make only one topic, the first topic. Your colleague or your partner is supposed to make the second topic, and so on and so forth. So there are 5 people who can work on this presentation at the same time from different locations, and you can merge all of it together. Now, this is practically not possible in Microsoft PowerPoint, but this integration and this collaboration is very easily possible in a Prezi. So for any cloud-based software, internet is mandatory. And now coming to the charges. So most of the basic features and all the features that I've shown you till now in this presentation today, all of them are absolutely free. However, there is a paid plan of Prezi which charges around $15 per month, which comes to roughly 1,000 rupees per month for using this software. But I have never felt the need to use the paid features. I have been using the free features since the last 3 years. So most of the basic features are free. Yes, some of the features are paid, and you would have. And in case if you want to use those features, you will have to pay. And for using Prezi, there is no initial cost to use this technology. It's absolutely free, as I said. But of course, if you're using the original version or the licensed version of Microsoft PowerPoint, then yes, there is a cost attached to it, which you may have to incur. So now, so I would request each one of you all to take a picture of the screen. All the resources are given over here, and now we will be taking questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, please put forward your question. And in case you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself and ask the question as well, rather than typing.
Hi Vivek bhai.
Yes, hi.
Is again Canva free of cost like Prezi?
Yeah, so most of the features of Canva are free. Almost 80% of the features of Canva are free. I'll show you also. So when you go on, you click on any of these presentations. I will show you, for example, if you're making an A4 size document, please have a look at the screen as well while I'm talking. So if you're making a presentation on Canva, what you see right now is everything that is free. For example, now if I want to add something over here, say for example, arrow. I want to add an arrow on my page over here. So if it is paid, they will tell you well in advance. So for example, what you see over here, this says Pro, where my cursor is. So if I want to add this, I will be able to add it. It is allowed, but it will come with a watermark. And in order to remove the watermark, you have to take the paid version, or you have to pay $1 per credit. So if it is not paid, so I can add the ones which are free. I can add the elements which are free. I can add all the features that are free. But whatever is paid, wherever you see the sign, that's a paid version, and you may have to pay for it. Similarly, in Canva also, when you want to add pictures, so you can click. Yes, you can click on adding pictures over here. So there are these photos. So some of them are free. The ones which you see up over here are free. And similarly, when you go ahead, you'll see a couple of ones which are paid. So now if I want to take this picture, this is a paid version. So I'll have to pay for it, and I can still use it. But in case if you want to use all the features for free, there is a particular way by which you can use Canva for free. It costs around 500 rupees per month per user. But again, till date, I have never felt the need to use the paid version of Canva. I've been using all the features for free.
Thank you, Vivek bhai.
All right, thank you. The next question is on the chat box. Does Prezi support updating graphs based on dynamic data directly? No, it does not. There is no real-time integration of graphs which will get embedded directly into this. Though from what I understand is this is possible in Microsoft PowerPoint. Yes, please ask questions. Please ask questions. This asking questions will only help you become a better presenter. So someone with the name of Jethalal Champaklal Gada has raised hand. Yeah, please go ahead. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. The next question is by Reena Ben. I did not exactly understand what are you trying to ask. What about Prezi updating graphs real time? Could you unmute yourself and could you ask the question and explain a little more in detail?
I'm actually Amit on behalf of Reena. I just wanted to know the updation which you give graph on real base, like the dynamic data. Is it possible on Prezi?
No, so Amit bhai, dynamic updation of graphs is not possible in Prezi. So what you can possibly do is every time you update a particular graph, you could add it. But dynamic updation of graphs is not possible because these are two different platforms. One is a Microsoft-based platform and one is a non-Microsoft-based platform. So there is no real-time integration between that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So if there are no questions, what we can do is we come towards the end of our presentation. And this is some information about me. Please connect with me on social media. Please connect with me on social media. I will be very happy to connect and solve all your queries. If you just search for CA Vivek Shah, you will find a lot of information about me. I am available on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Google. Even towards the end of the presentation, a couple of people are joining in, which is surprising. You can take a picture of this. These are the free online resources that you see on your screen. You can have Canva, Pexels, and Prezi. Canva is used for making high quality images and graphics. Pexels is used for getting high quality royalty free images. What do I mean by royalty free? Royalty free means this you do not have to give credit to anyone to use it, and no one will take any legal action against you if you use it. So when it goes when you in large corporates, when you see, if there are a lot of litigation and lawsuits filed for using someone else's creativity or someone else's creative work. So Pexels allows you to use royalty free images. And we spoke about Prezi. Somebody has raised a question, raised a hand. Please unmute yourself and ask a question. Yeah, the one who raised the hand, please ask a question. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. Your voice is not audible. All right. So answering Bipin Bhai's question, is there a way to learn to use these? Yes, I have an advanced workshop happening next week. Please do connect with me, and I would be happy to take you over there. So in the advanced workshop, we make our users use each of these tools, and how can they increase their visibility on social media. So it's a workshop, it's not a webinar. Webinar means it's more of a one-way communication, whereas as far as a workshop is concerned, we make our participants do these actions. So when we talk about Instagram, we will make you create an Instagram account. When we talk about getting on LinkedIn, which is one of the best professional social media platforms, we help you to increase your visibility. So that hand holding is done in a workshop, and the workshop is supposed to happen on next Saturday and Sunday, and the charges are very nominal. We charge only 500 rupees for a 2-day workshop. Now coming, so if you think you have gained some knowledge today, if you think you've gained some knowledge today, and if you think it was worth the time that you spent, the 1 hour that you spent in today's webinar, I would request you to search for Vivek Shah and Company Chartered Accountants on Google. And if you liked it, please give me a 5-star rating. It helps in increasing visibility on social media. And last but not the least, I would like if you could give me a feedback for today's webinar on this link over here, which is www.bit.ly/feedback for Vivek. I will send the link to Kaushik Bhai, who's the admin of the group. He can post it on the group. So if you like the presentation, please do give a feedback. Positive and negative criticism, both are accepted. It will take less than 1 minute, and there are only 3 questions. So please share your feedback. It will help me to improve for future. And do join our workshop, which is scheduled for next Saturday and Sunday. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Google. I am available on all platforms. Connect with me, and I will be sharing more details about it. It's a 500 rupee workshop, and it's a 2-day hand-holding process. So over to you, Kaushik Bhai, who's the admin and who's the co-host for me today. Kaushik Bhai?
हाँ sir.
Yeah, please. So with this, we come to an end of my presentation for today. If there are any questions, you can connect with me and ask me any questions. And it was a pleasure for me to come on your platform and spread knowledge amongst our community members. All right, so shall we end our presentation over here?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. I will end the meeting over here and hope to receive a feedback very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vivek. Bye.
All right.